Hi, it's Matt with Artista Music. The most frequently asked question that I receive from my students is, how do I change my chords quickly? How do I go from one chord to another, not only fast, but accurate? Well, today we're going to answer that question with a little thing we call note linking. With note linking, you're not only going to be able to change your chords fast, but you're also going to be accurate when you do it. And this is going to use minimal movement. Now, note linking is when we use notes from a previous chord to go into our next chord. So this example, we're going to use A minor, C major, E minor, and G major. We're going to play one chord at a time, and we're going to pick out the notes that are very similar, if not exact, to the next chord that we're going to play. So first, let's take a look at A minor. So we make our A minor by taking our second finger, second fret, fourth string, third finger, second fret, third string, and first finger, first fret, second string. So when we play A minor, we get our classic minor sound. The next chord we want to go into is C major. So to make C major, we use our third finger, third fret, fifth string, second finger, second fret, fourth string, first finger, first fret, second string. Now let's go back and forth between A minor and C major. Here's A minor. Here's C major. A minor. C major. Can you catch the similar notes? The notes that each of these chords share are the ones that we make with our second and first finger. Take a look at A minor. Now take a look at C major. Here, let me play them for you. A minor, C major, A minor, C major. Now, you notice what I did there? The common notes between A minor and C major, I left on the fretboard. I never lift those fingers up. The only finger I changed was the one that was necessary to go into the different chord. Now, why did I do that? Why didn't I just lift up my hand and just land all three fingers? Well, just like with a machine, the less moving parts, the less risk you have for failure. All I had to do was move one finger instead of three fingers. This means that by going into the next chord, I greatly reduce the risk of making a mistake. So let's take a look at A minor to C major, and then we'll go into our next chord, E minor. So here we are at A minor. Now all I have to do is take my third finger off and move it into its proper position on the third fret of the fifth string to make C major. One more time. A minor. I'm keeping my first and second finger firmly on the fretboard, and I'm just moving my third finger to its C major position. Now, our next chord, we're going to go from our C major to our E minor. So here's C major, and here's E minor. C major, and E minor. Did you see the common note? One more time. C major, E minor. So from our C major, we take off our third finger and we move our first finger to the second fret of the fifth string, and then we play E minor. One more time. Here's C major. The common note is the one that I'm making with my second finger, so that doesn't leave the fretboard. So here we are at E minor. Now we're going to go from E minor to G major. Back to E minor. And then a G major. Now, did you see the common note? The common note is the one that I'm making with my first finger on the second fret of the 5th string. Watch. I'll leave that note on there, and I move my fingers into their G major position. One more time. Here's E minor, G major, E minor, and G major. Now, because those notes in the E minor are so close together, I had to compensate my finger placement with that first finger. When I moved from that E minor to that G major, I had to compensate for that, so I moved back closer to the fret. You may have to do this depending on your finger size, but after a little bit of practice, it becomes second nature. So let's take a look and see from our A minor all the way to our G major what note linking looks like in the real world. So here we are with A minor to C major to E minor to G major. One more time. A minor, C major, E minor, G major. Now, I used A minor, C major, E minor, and G major as examples just for this lesson. But as time goes on, you're going to notice common notes from different chords. Good example. We used A minor to go into C major. But I can also go from A minor to E minor because they share that same second finger on the second fret of the 4th string note. Just like that. Now, the great thing is you can also go backwards. So I can start from G major and go all the way to A minor. Here we go. G major, E minor, C major, and A minor. I want you to have fun with this. I want you to play your chords and see which chords have common notes. In fact, in the comments below, I want you to let us know what chords you used to go into what other chords and what their linked notes are. So how do I want you to practice this? Well, I want you to take it nice and slow. Remember the mantra, accuracy before speed. From accuracy, speed just happens. So take your time. Go from your A minor to C major to E minor to G major. Each time you make a run through, do it just a little bit faster. I want you to push yourself. This way, when we start talking about song construction, you can go between all these different notes much more fluidly.